G'day guys, we are about to embark on something we should have done quite some time ago. Behind me is our motorhome, that's Darwini. We bought Darwini back in 2015. It was a 2009 model, and the solar system that is in there now is pretty much the same one that was in it when we bought it. So I did add a 160 watt solar panel to the roof. It already had 220 watt solar panels, so I've added another 160 watt panel, but the two older panels, they're shot. So you can see here they're all crazed and they're damaged and they're really not working very well. So we're not getting too much input from those at all. So we're changing those out. We're going to add some more solar panels in. We're also going to run a Anderson plug to the outside, and that's going to allow me to plug into the Anderson plug and add another solar panel down here on the ground. So if we're parked in shade, I can put that solar panel, or my blanket, which we've already got a solar blanket, 250 watt solar blanket from memory, or 200 watt, and we can put that in the sun even if we're parked in shade and still be generating power. Otherwise, we'll get extra power on top of what we're already getting. We're looking to upgrade something like 600 or 700 watts of power. From there, we're taking out our AGM batteries and we're swapping them for lithium. So we've been running lithium batteries now in our four-wheel drive, and we're looking to now move that from the four-wheel drive into the motorhome, and we'll chuck the AGMs back into the four-wheel drive where it's not so necessary. You can see here we've got an old inverter. It's 1,000 watts. I'd say my mate reckons that this thing, when it gets turned on, browns out local suburb. It's that old, it's that big, it's taking up that much power. So we're going to get rid of it. You can see here too our CTEC system, which we've been using as a battery management system. You can see the red lights flashing there. That's not supposed to be like that. We're not sure why that's been going on. It shouldn't be. So we've tried sorting this issue out over a period of time, but we haven't had any luck whatsoever. We've arrived to have a look at Darwini. We're going to do a checkup, see how progress is going over here, Infinity Motorhomes at Coomera here on the Gold Coast. Come, let's go for a walk. Well, you can see Darwini, the motorhome, is behind me. It's getting underway. There's lots of work going on there with the guys, and we're with Brad. This is Brad from Infinity Motorhomes. How are you? Yeah, good, Brad. And he's about to take us inside and show us all what you've been getting up to. All the goodies. All the goodies that's been done. Let's go and have a look, eh?
Run them all. And that'll come across into here. Your Cymarine control panel and everything will be up here. So it'll all be all in the same area. Yeah. Because that's where it really should be.
Yeah, keep it up. Yeah.
So that's all.
Awesome.
But that's, it should be 6 mil twin core.
Yeah, well that's what we got. I've had multiple people say to me the wiring is too small.
Under here we're going to vent this. Yep. So we'll move your fire extinguisher. We'll vent that. We'll put a fan in one side to suck all the heat out. Yeah. And then the other side will just be vented. Okay. So that should remove your oven's excess heat out of that area, so you don't have to pull your drawers out. Yeah.
That's good.
We'll open it up, give it a bit more ventilation through there, and one Adele should be able to cook happily and not worry about anything overheating.
All right. Well, what will we do with the
fire extinguisher? We'll remount in a more convenient spot.
Up there, maybe?
Yeah, somewhere where it's easy accessible.
With the blankets, yeah.
Which has happened once before, so...
You guys are common for fire.
Only once.
No. But yeah, no, other than that, it'll be a really, really good system. So,
yeah, okay.
And iTechworld have said that they are IP rated, so they can be wet, dirty, sandy. It won't affect the battery itself.
Sweet.
All right. So, but we will board. There's just to protect stones.
Yeah.
But other than that,
give it that extra protection. Okay, sweet. And so we're running an Anderson plug down to the outside as well
for your extra solar panel.
Yeah. Sweet. And we've got the fan going in to make Adele happy.
Got to have Adele happy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which will be located there still. So the microwave will come out. We'll pick our 12 volt up from in behind there. But that'll be accessible to the lounge, kitchen, and towards the back.
Yeah.
We'll mount it closer to the edge so it'll get to all 3 zones.
That'd be lovely.
So we had 3 solar panels up on the roof. 2 of them were in pretty gnarly sort of condition.
They've seen some good travelling, but one's still very usable. So
so that's the 160 watt panel we
that's a
put
160
on,
up there.
and we're going to replace the 2.
The 2 failed ones we're going to replace with 2 170s.
2 170s. Can we get another one on there as well?
We're aiming to get another one up the front, just slightly based at the twist in the header.
Okay.
Because you still need walkway up there to clean your solar panels. On
Ideally, yeah.
Might as well utilise
So
that
that's going to
space.
give us 4 panels on top, so heaps of power coming out of there.
I'd be surprised if you use it all. Charge away.
Yeah.
Give some more video footage.
Yeah, we plan to.
No,
Awesome.
no, other than that, you should be good to go.
All right, sweet mate, we can get out of your hair.
Perfect.
There's one down on the ground there, but can you see that in the black thing? That's
Yeah.
emitting fuse. That's the solar.
All right.
So that's protecting the panels coming down to the solar rig. So if you ever had to work on the panels or whatever, you can pull that one out and that'll kill all the panels up on the roof. And then we'll go outside and there's where everything else is. And that fuse there, that's the solar at this end, the battery side of it. So power, the power coming down from the regulator.
Yeah.
That's protecting
What
that
size
side.
fuse is that?
That's a 50.
50.
The other one, the light's blinking is just telling you what phase it's going through, your absorption charge and bulk charging, and so that'll let you know. And then once the power comes off and you turn it on, that inverter light will come on. It'll tell you if it's overloaded. It'll tell you if the batteries are low. All those kind of things.
Others say that if they're not using their GPOs or their inverter, they have it in the off position. It's much for muchness on what you guys prefer to do. Just remember, when it is in the on position, it's still drawing a certain amount of amp.
Okay.
All right.
How many amps would that draw, do you know?
On average, it's between 0.5 and 1.
So minimal.
On average, it's
So
minimal.
if we're plugged into power,
Yep, you can leave it in the on position.
Yep.
It will still charge, and inverter it'll still do everything it needs to do in the on position. If you were to not want to use the inverter side at all, you can flick it all the way across to charger only, and that will just let the charger only work. So leaving it in the on position is a good thing because it'll invert and charge. You don't have to remember to turn it off and on.
okay.
But if you were going to put it into storage or you didn't want to use that 0.5,
You were just
1 amp,
plugging into power.
yeah, you could leave it in the charger only position.
Okay.
Okay. So off is middle, right is on, left is charger only.
Is there a time when we would turn it off entirely?
If you're trying to save amps, that
Yeah.
0.5, 1 amp over a period of time where you're not going to be using the inverter, people do get a little bit funny about power.
With the weather
Yeah,
and
sometimes
stuff.
we switch off at night time.
Yeah, so you could switch it to the off position. If you're in that habit already of switching everything off before you go to bed, well, yes, you could.
Now with all this power you've now
We've
given
got 670 watts on the roof,
Who needs to
0.5,
turn
1
it
amp.
off?
Hey, we're not worried about
me.
it.
No, exactly.
So I think you guys would be fine to leave it in the on position. All right, but trial and error on your guys' behalf.
Yeah.
We'll test it, work out what works best, what doesn't for you guys. But other than that, you know, it's pretty user friendly.
Sweet.
And then as for your
And
Simmering
I can-
display,
I can plug into the panel. I can plug into it all through my phone on my Bluetooth.
You can.
And track exactly what's going on with the batteries.
and you can be outside doing that, having
Yeah.
a beer, you know, editing footage, have a quick look on your app on your phone.
Fishing.
Love fishing. It's there. You know, you don't have to be sitting in front of the screen looking at going, Adele, you're not allowed to cook because we've only got 8.
Yeah.
You can be outside monitoring
Yeah.
Adele's cooking habits, making sure she's keeping within the power. But other than that, I think you'll have plenty of power. I don't think you're really going to run into an issue. You know, 240 amp hours of iTechworld lithium batteries, 670 watts of solar.
Yeah.
You guys are going to be set. You're not going to know yourselves.
Yeah, for sure. And you know, the goal of having all those solar panels is when it's cloudy and you're not getting a lot. So this is going to, even on those cloudy days when you're not drawing a lot, I'll be able to draw a lot more from those panels.
Definitely, with the MPPT that you've got mounted in underneath your kitchen bench, they're scavengers. They will scavenge for as much sunlight as possible. So
Yep.
you're going to get the best of both worlds.
Sweet. That's what we wanted to hear.
Fishing.
Fishing. Hey guys, well, it's been a few days now. We're settled back into the motorhome and we've been running through testing all the new gear, and now I want to take you around, show you what we've got on board and how it's working for us. Okay, so starting up here on the roof, I thought I'd show you the solar panels that we've now got up here and what we've done. So let's take you for a look around. So we've now got 3 new solar panels. These are all 170 watt each. Got 3 brand new solar panels. So the 220 watt solar panels which we had here and here that were no good, they've been replaced. We had our 160 watt panel there. It's now been moved and we've put another 170 watt panel into there. The 160 watt that was up in the corner is now down here. Now you will notice, we know that we've got our antenna which folds down and covers part of the solar panel. So I've got a choice of either putting that up or just leaving it down. What we know is we're losing about 2 amps out of having that there, but we're still generating around 5 amps we believe, so it's still been worth it and it's a benefit of having it there. But all up, this is now giving us 670 watts of power coming into the system. Okay, the other benefit we now have is in here, which is where a lot of our control panel and stuff is in here, but we now have an Anderson plug, and with that Anderson plug I can plug in another solar panel, or as we've got a portable solar panel, folding solar panel, so we can plug that in for either extra power, or if, as is here, when we're here, we don't get any sun for this tree that's behind us until around about 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning. So up until that time I can plug the portable solar panel in and be receiving charge from it. So next thing, we've now replaced the AGM batteries now for these iTechworld lithium batteries, 120 amp lithium batteries. We've got 2 batteries here running parallel, and that's now giving us heaps amount of battery storage. So we've got heaps of power now. We've got plenty coming in through our solar system, and we've got plenty of space to store it. Okay, so that's the outside. Solar panels, lithium batteries. Come inside and I'll show you what's going on in here. Okay, our original idea was that we would move the lithium batteries and all the equipment and put it here underneath the cushions here, and we would have the solar panels here on the wall beside that. But Brad from Infinity Motorhomes, who installed it all for us, did some checks. He went to iTechworld and spoke with them, and they confirmed that they are weatherproof, they're waterproof, they're dustproof, no problems there at all for those batteries to remain where those AGMs were on the outside. So we ditched that idea, which was great for us because we could keep that storage space. So once again, all the wiring would stayed pretty much where it was, but a lot of it did have to be replaced. There was a lot of extra wiring and new wiring that needed to be done. So let me show you what it is that we actually put in. We went with Victron gear. It's got such good wraps and we're really pleased with it. So far over the nearly a week that we've had it in, it's been bloody awesome. So let me show you what we've got with regard to our Victron equipment. So underneath here we now have the new Victron Multi Plus. Now this is both inverter and charger in one. So it's a 200 watt pure sine wave inverter, lithium inverter, and also it has an 80 amp charger as well. This helps run and manage our whole system, and it works perfectly with our lithium batteries. You'll see all the new wiring that's now underneath here, and we've got two new points in here as well. In beside this area here, we've always been concerned about the heat that we have coming from our oven, which is right next door. So now what we've done is we've installed down here, when we push the button here, switch, it starts up this vent down here, and that's going to take out the heat from coming from underneath the bench. Okay, so to read all our numbers and tell us what's going on with our system, up here we've got our control panels sitting just above our old Winnebago control panel. And this is a Simmarine. This is called a Simmarine, and this gives us a complete readout, and we can see now our batteries are sitting at 95%. And in 26 minutes time, we're going to be at full charge. It also tells us, once again, time to charge, it's saying 28 minutes now. Voltage is reading at 13.54, so our batteries are there. And the current ampage coming in off our batteries is sitting, and it's fluctuating. We actually got some cloud cover that's just come over. You can see that drop so quickly. So we were sitting up there around 23, 29. It dropped right down. Now it's picking up again as that cloud is heading over. Let's give into a reading telling us what amps we've got coming into the system through all those solar panels I just showed you on the outside. It also gives us a bar graph, so that gives us some further information simply in a graph, or basically the same information but in a graph. Now the Simmarine works off Wi-Fi to an app on my phone, so I can actually go into my app and connect to that, and it shows me everything that's reading up there. So around the motorhome, close by, I can actually read what's going on in there. We can also add some further features and take our water reading from our Winnebago control, and we'll be able to see that through our Simmarine as well. We haven't done that just yet. We're looking to do that in the future. Okay, that's some of the equipment we now have here in the motorhome with our Victron gear that's running those lithium batteries and working really well for us. We've had just about a week now to test all this out, and we've got to say it has been amazing.
Big change.
It has been a massive change. What's some of the things that you've noticed? Certainly we're not sitting here in the dark anymore at night time,
no,
are we?
turn the light off even at the panel. We ran our toaster the other morning. That was great. Not even on power, we can run the toaster.
So Adele can now actually use the toaster when we're not on power. And the other thing you can use is
the hair straightener. We used that, gave it a bit of a quick whirl.
Yeah, how do I go with the hair straightener?
Yeah, you don't need it.
No,
it's fine. You'll be right.
Okay, so we're able to use some of these functions, and what we're finding at the moment, staying where we are now and using the equipment we are right at the moment, we're dropping it down overnight to around about 70% of our power, and it's back up to 100% by around about lunchtime each day. So right at the moment it's 11:30 in the morning, and I think the reading sits at, it's already sitting at 97%. So we're smashing that power in, and we'll be fully charged before lunchtime. So massive difference. We can leave our lights on at night. We can use more equipment.
Charge our phones, our laptops, our cameras.
Drone, the list goes on. Everything we need to charge, we can do that all day, each day. We don't have to turn lights off at night. Beforehand, we were turning off everything. We were turning off the inverter. Not only turning off the lights, we're turning off the inverter, and then we were turning off the power switch at night time. Everything just to conserve any amount of power that we could.
And the other big thing is I can use my laptop while it's charging.
Yes,
that's a big win.
So the old inverter that we had, that old clunky thing that we showed you, that as we said, my mate reckoned browned out suburbs whenever we turned it on. Whenever Adele plugged in her laptop to use that and charge it while she was trying to use it,
just all over the place. I couldn't touch anything.
It just wouldn't work.
No.
So Adele couldn't use it. Whereas now, with the new system, that's all fine, and Adele can actually work on a laptop while it's charging. So that's a big win.
That's huge.
The other thing was our Waco isn't in good condition. It's drawing a lot more power than what it should. It's fairly old one. Apparently when we bought it was old even by that time. It was an old model. So we kept it simply because it does work when you're on power. But now with this new system, we've got the Waco on, it's working, and we're still getting through perfectly, no problem at all.
Haven't had to turn it off at night?
No, we just leave it on.
Yeah.
It's great. So we're smashing this. I cannot believe the difference. It is off the planet. The only difference
years ago.
it's the only difference between what we've got now and being on power that I've recognised so far has been we can't use the microwave.
No. And the air conditioner.
And we can't use the air conditioner.
Anyway. No, we couldn't use either of those before anyway. So.
No. I don't think both things we can get around. The air conditioner, I've never understood the idea of trying to run air conditioning off your solar system, because you could only ever do it for a short period of time. To get that point, you're going to need to spend a lot more than 7 to 10 grand. I mean, you're probably looking at 30 grand's worth of equipment or maybe more. So, and that's only really going to drive your air conditioner for a short period of time. Well, and look, for us, we're in an 8-meter motorhome. If we were in a 5-meter vehicle, we would have a smaller air conditioner, but this one's pretty big, and to run it, we really need to be on power. So we're not too bothered by that, because if we want air conditioning on, we want it to run all through the night, so we get a good sleep.
That's when we need it. So.
Yeah. During the day, we'll go for a swim or get outside in the breeze or something like that, so it's not such a big bother. So all up, this has been insane. We want to thank Brad and all the guys at Infinity Motorhomes. They've been fantastic once again. They have helped us with our motorhome on several occasions. Those guys are mint. We always go and see them whenever we can. Brad is also called Gold Coast RV Repairs, but he's changing the brand across to Infinity Motorhomes, so look him up under that name. We'll drop his contact details down the bottom there as well, so if you want to talk to Brad about anything to do with solar or Victron equipment, you can contact him there. It's my phone going off. Sorry, Jason, that's Jason and Denise from West Aussie Nomads, our mates that we spent nearly 2 years driving around Australia with, so I'll get back to him very shortly. He probably wants to tell me about that time when he didn't want to get fuel because it was too cheap.
No, I think he wants to wish someone a happy birthday.
Yes. So that's a look around the motorhome now. short thing is, it is just unbelievable. So we're really pleased with how that has turned out. Thanks very much to the guys. We love this Victron equipment. There's a fair bit more equipment to what I've just shown you there too. So I will
List it all.
I'll list all that down on our blog on our website. So we're going to be writing all about this, and I'll show that to you there. Well, it's been around 4 or 5 weeks now since we've had the lithium batteries installed and the new solar system put in, and since then we've driven from Brisbane, made our way all the way up here to the magnificent Whitsundays. It's just, we love this place, it's so awesome. But anyway, I digress. So we've left Brisbane, come up here, we've free camped most of the way here, so we've really put the new system with the solar panels, and there's a seagull right behind us. And so we've put all the new lithium battery, put everything to test, and they've been fantastic. We've had no problems whatsoever. Everything is working just perfectly. We've got so much power. We are charging whenever we want to. We leave lights on at night. We just do whatever we want to do, whether we would be on powered side or whether we're unpowered. We just do the same thing. As I've said previously, the only difference is we don't use the microwave and don't use the air conditioner at night time when we're unpowered. Now, a couple of things I wanted to run back through. One is the battery box has been totally sealed, so around the lithium batteries the guys almost completely sealed that section, and I've got some footage there to show you of that. Also, the other thing I wanted to mention was the new fan, Sirocco fan we had put in. It's working fantastic. You're enjoying it, Adele?
Yes, very much so.
So that's working really well. So those couple of things have been done. The other thing that the guys did was to fit all those solar panels on the roof. We had 2 large pipes, one running down either side. We've had those removed. They had my fishing rods in them, and the big long one had my 2 surf rods, 1-piece surf rods in those. But I've bought a new 2-piece surf rod, got plenty of other ones, so I didn't need those pipes up there anymore, and that's given us the extra space to fit those solar panels. Okay, the big question I'm sure you are wondering is, how much did it cost? Okay, let me take you through that. First of all, we bought our first lithium battery around about July last year.
Yeah.
About July last year, I'd say it was, and we fitted that into our 4-wheel drive. We paid $849 for that first battery through iTechworld. I'll drop a link for that down below. We then, in January, there was the Black Friday sales, and they had them for $729 plus $40 delivery, so $769, and we figured we'd pick another one up as well, so that gave us the 2 batteries. We were only using one at a time, so the other one was sitting still, to be frank. So we bought those 2 back then. In 2020, iTechworld brought out a new model, a new version of the lithium battery, and it's now $975. So the batteries cost us around $1,500. If you're looking to buy the equivalent ones today, you're probably looking around about $2,000. So $2,000 for the batteries. The installation, so removal of the pipes, installation of all the new wiring, all the Victron gear that needed to go in, the solar panels on the roof, everything that the guys had to do cost $7,500. So all up, we're looking for our setup, it was $9,000 total, thereabouts, a few dollars either way, but pretty much $9,000 to have our new lithium and solar system put in. Is it great value? Look, it's really going to depend on your situation,
what it is you're looking to get, and how much power you actually use. We use a lot because we're running this blog and we've got a lot of photography equipment, plus a lot of other stuff there that we're always constantly charging. So we do use a lot of power. If all you want to do is charge your phone and a couple of other things, and it's working fine so far on AGM, you probably don't need to go to the expense. But if you're finding yourself running short of power and lithium is something you've researched and you figure would be the right way to go for you guys, then I don't see any issues with the iTechworld batteries. I certainly highly recommend the Victron gear. Don't just do what is recommended by a lot of people, and it's just drop the lithium batteries into any old setup. Whilst it can work, you won't get full benefit from it. So they don't work entirely as they should if they're not operating with the right gear. So make sure you've got a lithium charger and a good lithium system in there to support those batteries. You're going to get a lot more benefit from them. Those are our thoughts on it. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed the video, and please, if you've got any questions, just hit us up below. We're happy to answer everybody's questions the best we can possibly do. And once again, if you want to check us out, head over to our website, indefiniteleave.com.au. And just a correction too, I did say in the video a 200 watt inverter. It is in fact a 2000 watt inverter. My bad. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed it. Thanks a lot. Talk to you soon. Bye.